What's up, guys? Well, I'm going to make this video about a request that was made on one of my past videos, and I can't remember exactly who it was who asked me, or exactly what they asked, but they asked me to show my entire seed collection, and I said I would try to attempt to do that, but it's not going to be as comprehensive as I would like it to be. I just don't have the room to actually spread. I would probably need the entire living room floor all the way across my whole house to actually show you my entire seed collection, and that would probably take me days to set it up so I can show you every variety. It's just not physically possible, so I'm going to give you a condensed version of my seed collection, and we'll see if we can get through it with what I got. So I figured while I was up here, and I'm working on my sound system for my TV and everything that I watch my internet on and all that kind of stuff. And so I figured while I was up here and I'm doing that kind of stuff and cleaning up and whatnot, I figured I'd show you my seed collection. So I figured I'd answer that question and do my stuff up here that I need to do and kind of just go over what I got. As you can see, this table is full with seeds. Okay, just kind of skim through it a little quick view of some of the seeds. And believe me when I tell you, this is not even a scratch compared to the entire collection I have. I've been buying and collecting seeds for about 10 years. Before that, it was just hand-me-downs and stuff like that. And, you bought stuff at the store, but I didn't really create a seed library like I have here. So I would buy like 100 varieties of seeds every year, and I've been doing that for roughly 10 years. So some of these seeds are kind of old. They should still sprout, believe it or not. Some of them never been opened. There's some stuff in here that's 10 years. Most of the 10-year stuff is already long gone, or those packages were refilled a little bit with seeds that I grew, and then they came true, and then I put them back in the packages, enough to fill up a package a little bit, so I always have a fresh variety of seeds. I'll show you a little glimpse of what I got here. Alright, just kind of give you a little scanneroonie. What I got here, that's actually upside down, but I open them from the bottom sometimes, which is kind of my fault. Now, I can't even put in the description all the varieties of seeds, because the description would not allow me to list everything that's in my collection. Believe me when I tell you, it won't fit in there. It's not physically possible to fit it in there. I would exceed the maximum character limit. So what I'm doing is I'm just giving you a scan of what's there. Now, every one of these varieties you see here, every single thing you see here is a different variety. Okay, not a single one of these are a duplicate. Alright, every one of these are different. I've been doing this for about 10 years, been collecting them. And every year I try to grow out about 100 to 500 varieties of something every year. 500 is really pushing it. That's actually quite a bit to keep up with. But I have done 500 varieties of peppers, and tomatoes are generally pretty easy to do. But once you start getting into all these other things, the leeks, the onions, they all take a special kind of attention, and that begins to get very cumbersome and time consuming and very difficult to do. So when you're just doing peppers and tomatoes, that's not so bad. But when you're doing peppers, tomatoes, and endive, and onions, and broccoli, and cabbage, and cauliflower, and then all these other, that starts to get a little much, believe me when I tell you. Like, you get some people out there that tell you, oh, I'm growing, 5,000, this and that, and let me tell you something. I actually made an attempt to grow one year everything you have here, to actually grow it and cultivate it, and it was not possible. I can personally tell you that. What you see right here, just to grow in its own spot with a 2 by 2 square foot area, would be several acres of land you would need to actually grow this correctly. Alright, so yeah, these are all my peppers right here. A lot of this stuff is still mixed up from last year. They got stuffed in different bags, so I got to separate most of that. But here's all my carrots. I probably got about 30 or 40 different carrot varieties. I got about 30 onion varieties. Peppers, I'm probably around 200 plus varieties of peppers. There's more in here. I just can't lay everything out. It's just a little much. Tomatoes, there's probably about pushing about 100, 150 varieties of tomatoes. I got all the corns. And that's just what you see on the table. Then I have all of this stuff. One of the reasons why I'm really reluctant on doing this, like laying everything out, is it's a lot of work to put. Everything here is cataloged and computerized. It's all put into my database. So I know what's in stock, what's not in stock. I know how old the seeds are and all that kind of stuff, you know. So just keeping track of what I have is a lot of work by itself to do. Believe me when I tell you, it's just that by itself is a massive ton of work. I don't even want to use the language appropriate to actually describe it, but I'll give you a look at what's, you know, what I have, what I got in here. Like, for example, that's cucumbers, that's logged and cataloged under my cucumbers. You can see there's probably about, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 varieties of cucumbers. See, it's still a mess because last year I went nuts and I couldn't actually go in there and clean it up. Here's the kohlrabis. I don't know, looks like I got about 4. I got about 4, 5, or 6 kohlrabi varieties. Some of them are kind of rare. Quite rare. Rutabagas, beets, let's see here. What does it say up there? Turnips, beets, and rutabagas, and parsnips. That's what that is. You can see about how many varieties I got in there. Give you an idea. See, there's some of these, a lot of these plastic bags. All right. We got berries. Not too many in the berries. Half dozen or so. Maybe a dozen in there. What's this one? Broccoli and cauliflowers. You can see I have a pretty good amount of stuff going on in there. Brussels sprouts, really not much going on in there. I noticed probably about, I think I've seen as many as a half dozen or probably a dozen different varieties of Brussels sprouts. Just have a hard time locating those, and when you got this many seeds I got, you're not just going to go out of your way to grow them. Besides, Brussels sprouts don't really grow that well up here. Here's cabbage. You can see I probably got about 20 varieties in there. There's a lot of these Ziploc bags in there too. Those are all separate varieties. Celery. See, celery? I don't know. About a dozen in there. Here's my collards. Not too many collards. There's not that many varieties of the collards. Tobacco. Tobacco. I probably got maybe about 2 dozen varieties of tobaccos in there. Let's see here. Did I show this one? Kohlrabi. Cucumber. What's this? Trees, bushes, and shrubs. That's what I got in my trees, bushes, and shrubs. I've got all kinds of rare trees, bushes, and shrubs. What I used to do is a lot of bonsais, and so what I would do is buy the trees and grow them out and begin their life cycle inside of a pot and train those trees out. You know, train them out to the way I like them. The shape I'm looking to get. So I used to do a lot of bonsais with them. I don't know how viable most of these seeds are now. They're probably, most of them aren't that viable. Tree seeds don't last forever. They're not like vegetable seeds. And then, of course, I had my banana and palm collection, which is literally, I'd say there's probably about 40 or so varieties in here. These don't last long, so these are probably mostly garbage, believe it or not. Here's a package of seeds that I got. A lot of them were damaged in here. They were just like really crappy seeds right out the gate. But these are all fruit seeds. Like you can see, some of them corns were old. I'm not paying for that. That was old seeds. They're no good. You can see there's a lot of freaky varieties in here. I can't even display all this stuff. I basically, yeah, there was a problem with that guy. Here's more tomatoes. I'm telling you, I got about 200 varieties of tomatoes, 200 varieties of peppers, something like that, somewhere in that range. What do we got here? Tomatillos. I got like maybe 4 or 5 varieties of tomatillos. I should have bought more, but I'm not a big fan of tomatillos, to tell you the truth. Let's see here. Squash, pumpkin, and gourds. I got a real good selection of squash, pumpkins, and gourds. We're going to be growing these out next year, too. I have a spot now I can grow these. I cleared out a spot. So we're going to get a couple of, you know, patches, pumpkin patches and gourds. And now that I got a place for it. We got spinach, chard, and rhubarb. So rhubarb's another one I haven't grown. I have the seeds for them. I haven't grown them. They're a perennial. You really got to have a good spot in the yard for them, sort of like asparagus. So I haven't really messed around with them. Radishes. I don't eat radishes, but I like growing them. They're fun to grow. I got some really, really cool stuff right here. I've got maybe, I don't know, 15 or so varieties of them. Some of them, again, are quite rare. Peas, plenty of pea varieties. I got probably, oh my God. I got some really cool peas in here I want to grow for next year. Making nice videos on them. Sweet basils. These are actually some of last year's, I don't know, what is this here? Oh, these are some of my, I'm not sure what that is. These are some of last year's seeds mixed with seeds that I bought. That shouldn't even actually be in there. What do we got here? Okras. I got several varieties of okra, artichoke, and asparagus. That's what these are. What else we got? What's this one? Other. Now this is like all kinds of freak stuff. Artichokes, capers. I tried growing those. They're no good, those seeds. They don't sprout. That silver package. Some people were asking me about the Italian tomato tree. There it is. The Italian tomato tree. Yeah, it ain't the Italian tomato tree, but I got those seeds instead, so maybe we'll grow those out and see what comes out of the damn thing, right? Oh my God. Melons. I got melons. I got every melon you could think of, guys. Believe me when I tell you. I got hundreds of varieties. I've grown every one of these too. There's a few in here that I didn't grow. I didn't get a chance to, so they just sat in there. Never had a chance to get around to them. But I'll grow them out. We'll get them going. Beans. Oh my God. The amount of beans that I have isn't actually that big of a collection. Beans are very bulky. They're very heavy to save all the varieties of beans. Right now, there's probably about a dozen plus varieties in my bean collection. Because beans take up a lot of space, guys. You know, if you wanted to have, like, I think I've seen, like, maybe, I don't know, 50 or 60 varieties of beans. If you wanted to actually save and stock and catalog 60 varieties of beans, you better have something quite big to fit all those beans alone. Just alone the beans would be like a whole, oh my God, like you could see this container here. You know, you would need like one of these by itself just for saving a small amount of each variety of bean. Beans are very, I don't know, they take up a lot of space, guys. So I don't go too crazy with them. Lettuces, mustards, endives, and greens. I have, oh my God, I don't know, probably 20 varieties of those. 24 varieties of lettuce, and so I got a lot. Let's see here, what do we got? We got kale. I don't know, dozen varieties of kale. We have grains and seeds. I'm going to be doing videos next year on the grains. I'm going to be growing out a lot of these grains by themselves. You know, you can see I got like right here, I got rice. And I have millet, and I have oats, I have sorghum. I got party winter wheat, summer wheat, white wheat, cracked wheat. I don't know. I got a lot of grains, believe it or not. Corn. I probably got probably, I got like a dozen, because some of the corns are up here and stuff. There's like a dozen varieties of corn. Again, corns and bean, they take up a lot of space, so I don't tend to collect those that much. I don't go too crazy with them. Here's my herb collection, which actually isn't that good. There's like maybe another 24 varieties of herbs I need to acquire. Flowers. I got all kinds of flowers here, guys. Plenty of flowers. I collect flowers every year. I buy them. I usually just dump the whole package out, but sometimes, like when I go to Walmart, you can see a lot of those American seed companies. A lot of times, at the end of the year, if you go to Walmart, you could pick up those seed packs, racks sitting out with the seed packs. You go up to them and you make them an offer. Say, I'll give you 10 cents a pack. Let me take that whole rack off you. They're like, all right, take it. Make me an offer, they go to you. And you make them an offer and they usually give it to you. So you end up with a lot of doubles and duplicates. So you rip those open and just start spreading them around. All right, here's the last but not least, eggplant. I have a good, I don't know, dozen varieties of eggplants. I don't really eat eggplant. I grow it more for the ornamental. Or like in this case, I'll probably grow a few eggplants this year just specifically to review the plant and the fruit and all that kind of stuff. But outside of that, you know, I'm not going to go crazy with eggplants because I really don't eat them. I don't know how to eat eggplant, to tell you the truth, other than cooking it. And I don't like to cook too much. I like to really eat my stuff raw. But yeah, just to give you an idea of my seed collection, pretty much everything you see online, I pretty much have it. So, with that said, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to let 5 people pick a variety of seed that they want me to grow and then do a series of videos on it. I'm not going to do like weekly updates on it unless I see that it's something important comes out. But I'll dedicate that video to the person that selects that variety and they want me to grow it out for them from beginning to end, from seed to harvest. And I will do the whole profile on it, and I'll basically grow that plant on your behalf. And what I might do is, at the end of the year, if you want to participate in it, I may let you have the seeds from that plant that I grew for you, and I will send you those seeds at the end of the year. But I'm not just going to send them out. I'm going to raffle them off to the five people who get those seeds that they wanted me to grow, and they see me grow it out and review it. They will receive those seeds at the end of the year, but like I say, I'm going to have to do some kind of raffle. So I'll ask all 5 of them individually to pick a number from 1 to 10 in order to be eligible to get the seeds. Something like that. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. But I'll do something, I'll make it interesting and keep you in the game and keep it fun, and then that way you can get that variety of seeds. And I'll do that in addition to a free seed giveaway. I will do that special for the 5 people. You can pretty much just go online and pick any vegetable you want online. I pretty much have it. There's not much that any of these companies have that I don't have. I pretty much have everything. And believe me when I tell you, this isn't even all my seeds. If you've seen my seed collection from seeds that I gather every year. Now, I save my seeds every year, and I log those seeds and date them and log them year in and year out, even the same varieties over and over. I save all the seeds of that particular variety year in and year out. So I have a huge amount of seeds that was collected above and beyond what you see here. So I have an absolutely huge collection of seeds. So there's not much I don't have that you see up here. I pretty much got about between 80 and 90% of everything you could see online. And some. I have stuff that people probably never even seen before because I actually trade seeds with people from other countries. So I do have a lot of stuff in here that's trade too. I probably have it. So if it's tropical, if it's real tropical, subtropical and stuff like that, I'm probably not going to have it. Like, don't ask me to grow the, the tropical palms and dates, and that's long term. That's going to take too long. I'm more concerned on a seasonal thing, like a vegetable or something annual. I don't want to like long term do it for 10 years to show you what it looks like. So yeah, trees, bushes, shrubs, asparagus, grapevines, things like that. I'm not going to anything here in the vegetables that is your standard vegetables. You can pretty much guarantee that I have it. Be reasonable about it. Don't pick something that's too hard. Like I say, asparagus, I can't. That takes years for that plant to actually develop and grow and become a, you know, a viable plant. So it has to be something that has to be grown in a season for me to actually do this with the videos and harvest it by the end of the year and everything. So like I said, pick something, I don't know, go online and pretty much see what you want online, see if I have it. Like I say, there's an 80 to 90% chance I have all of that stuff online. I could just look it up in my computer and tell you if I don't have it. So I would say pick like 3 or 4 different things if you want to enter the plant grow. One of those, I should, out of 5, if you pick 5 things, I should have one of those 5, is what I'm saying. Don't just pick one and say, no, that's the one I want, that's the only one. Pick 5 things, or 4 things, or 2, pick more than one, okay? That way, if I don't have it, and there's a good chance I might not have it, if I don't have it, I will just pick something. If I don't have it, we'll pick something that I do have, something like that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, I need the peppers. I'm going to be growing most of the peppers and tomatoes this year, but I'm going to label that plant specifically for the person that picked it. I'm going to put a little tape on the side of the pot, and your YouTube handle or name will be on that. Will be on that pot, and that video will be dedicated to you as the grow. I mean, I'll do the review on it like normal, but I'll make sure that I mention you as the person that's selected that. So like I said, I'm going to do this with 5 people, or five individual grows. The first 5, after that, that's it. You know, taking any more than that. It's going to have to be with the first 5. So whoever the first 5 are that want to participate, all you got to do is have a seed variety that you want me to grow, post it in the comment section what variety you want me to grow, and then I will write you down. And when I start my seeds, which is going to be probably either the end of March or the end of April, it depends. It depends on the way the season's going. Right now it looks like it might actually start warming up by April, so I may have to get started with my seeds in March. So, well, depending on when I start it, I will make those separate videos specifically. When I start my seeds here, I'm not going to show you each individual seed variety that I'm growing. I'm just going to show you the plats. They're all grown. Here's all the tags in them, and so on and so on. With your variety that you pick, I'm going to dedicate that to its own pot. It's going to get the name and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. So, like I say, just pick a variety that you want me to grow. You leave it in the comment section. I guess when I start my seeds, I'll make like an announcement of the 5 people that I'm going to do their seeds for. It's kind of be like a small shout out for you guys. And then at that point, it'll be a running video until it's completed. All right. So like I say, I mean, pick something. Peppers, like I say, peppers, I'm going to be doing all the peppers anyway. If you really want your name on one of the pepper varieties, then we'll put your name on one of the pepper varieties. I'm going to be growing them anyway. Most of this other stuff I'm probably not going to grow, because it's, like I told you, it's not possible for me to grow everything I have. You know, I might grow a couple carrot varieties, or a couple of this, or a couple of that. I mean, I don't really need to grow all this stuff here. But, yeah, just kind of pick what you want, you know. Like I say, you know, I have all of this stuff here. And I even have varieties that I don't have in here anymore because they died out. There's a few varieties that need to be replaced with new seeds, but I don't really need to buy the new seeds because I have the old seeds from the old seeds that I've saved from the past. So I have other varieties. I got a lot more than what you see here, and believe me when I tell you, it's a lot. Pick your seeds, make your choices. Hopefully we could get started in March. Yeah, if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.